Oh, hey. Yeah, it's me, actually. It is really me. Okay, so you might be asking, where the hell am I? Well, kind of had to go somewhere where I couldn't be tracked, because Mattel is still on me for reasons. I'm not entirely sure what I did, but they're still after me. So, I'm kind of currently having to do my reviews from wherever I can. For those worrying about the main channel, don't worry, I've got someone who can take care of reviews back at the main location, and I've already got some figures stockpiled to be sent over there. I don't know whether or not she'll have woken up yet, but you guys will tell me, the comments will tell me. Anyways, in my new current review situation, I'm going to be reviewing the Jurassic World, I believe Dinoscape is where this figure comes from, Shringasaurus. When this figure came out, it was actually kind of a big deal. A lot of people were making mention of this figure as being really hard to find. I remember some posts on Instagram and a few on Discord as well, which were complaining about how hard this figure was to actually get their hands on, how this figure was quite rare amongst the bunch. But I was at a Fred Meyer's a little bit ago, and I found this figure in one of the back sections. There was only one of them back there, so even when this figure was being put up for sale along with the other figures that didn't sell from the initial wave, this thing was already kind of rare. But I decided to grab it because it was only, I believe, around 15 bucks, and it was a figure that was going to be difficult to get your hands on otherwise, so I decided to get it. I wasn't really planning on getting this figure prior to that, because I already had a Shringasaurus, the Safari one, but I decided I might as well grab this thing, because why not? Mattel making a Shringasaurus sounds interesting enough as it is. Anyways, the figure itself is fairly about the same range as the other Attack Pack / Ferocious Pack figures. It's a little larger than some of them, but it's only because it's a quadruped, and therefore it gets a little more girth to it. It's not super well detailed like most Mattel figures, although it does have this little ridge of ridges going down the back, which is nice. Nice little point of detail. But other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about this figure in terms of detailing. The color scheme on it is pretty decent, though. The yellow, the brown, and the bit of white used for the horns and the bottom of the jaw. Though you will notice, if you take a look at this figure from the front, that it is cross-eyed a little bit, because the eyes are painted a little bit differently. Poor fella. Articulation-wise on this guy, he's not too articulated. His head is the neck is kind of on a ball joint, but not a super mobile one. I mean, he can look down, he can kind of look up, and his neck can swivel side to side. The jaw can open, but it takes a lot more force than I'm comfortable with, though at least this means his jaw can't open terribly wide. The legs have some movement, both front and back, and because this is a slightly older Jurassic World figure, he has a little sticker on his foot, as opposed to on part of his body, where you have to, yank it out. The tail can also move like a lot of other Mattel Jurassic World figures, but there's no real purpose to that, so that's that. Overall, I'm not too big of a fan of this figure, but he's not bad either. He's definitely interesting, and it's nice to see Mattel doing obscure species like this, and I really hope they keep doing that while also sticking to the ones that are actually from the movies. So yeah, if you're interested in this guy and actually do manage to find him, then go ahead and pick him up if you feel like it. Ah, shit, hold on.